All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to be pulling back the curtain on one of the most overlooked, totally faceless digital business models on the internet today. If you're a focused learner who absolutely loves dissecting how the digital world actually operates behind the scenes, you are in the exact right place. Because today, we're looking at something you interact with all the time, but probably never view as a highly optimized financial machine. We're talking about digital recipe engines. So let me ask you something. Why do online recipes always start with a massive, long life story? You know that uniquely frustrating internet experience, right? You're standing in your kitchen, you've got a pack of chicken thighs, and you just want a really simple recipe. You do a quick search, you click a link, and suddenly you're reading a 3,000-word essay about the author's childhood trips to Tuscany, the crisp autumn air, and, I don't know, their golden retriever's favorite chew toy. You have to scroll and scroll and scroll just to find out what temperature to set your oven to. We've literally all been there. But it turns out that giant personal narrative isn't just a quirky blogger oversharing. It's actually the cornerstone of an incredibly lucrative business model. Let's see how this all works.
Which brings us to Section 1, the hidden recipe economy.
And that leads us right into Section 2, how these sites make money. You know, what's really fascinating about this business model is that it's a completely faceless, productless engine. When you see a simple website with some nice photos of food and an ingredient list, it's so easy to assume it's just a passion project, just a hobbyist sharing their grandmother's secrets. But the reality is, these websites are highly profitable pieces of digital real estate, and there are no physical products to ship, no inventory to manage, and no massive personal brand to build. There are basically two primary revenue engines here. First up, and this is the big one, are display ads, which are paid per view or click. Every single time you visit one of these pages, ads load all around the content. On the sidebar, right between paragraphs, at the bottom of your screen. The site earns money based on how many times those ads are viewed and clicked. The crucial takeaway here is that you, the visitor, don't have to buy a single thing for the creator to get paid. Just your mere presence on the page generates revenue. The second engine is affiliate links. This is where the creator gets commissions on recommended kitchen tools, cookbooks, or maybe some specialty ingredients. So if they link to a specific brand of blender and you click it and buy, they get a cut. Together, these two streams turn a simple chicken recipe into a highly efficient income-producing asset. But you might be wondering, why food, right? Why does food content specifically perform so incredibly well for this display ad model? Well, it all boils down to high search intent. High search intent means viewers actively plan to cook, and they spend real, tangible time scrolling. Recipes are searched constantly, year-round, by millions of people across Google and Pinterest. When someone searches for easy chicken dinner, they aren't just casually browsing. They're actively standing in their kitchen or maybe sitting at their desk at 4 p.m., planning exactly what they're going to do in the next hour. Because they have that high intent, they spend significant time on the page checking ingredients and reading instructions. That sustained engagement is exactly the metric that drives ad revenue right through the roof.
Let's move along to Section 3, the secret behind long intros.
Okay, so this brings us back to the most brilliant, albeit super annoying, part of this whole strategy. The perceived reason for that giant wall of text before the recipe is that the blogger just loves sharing their personal life stories. But the actual reason? It's intentionally increasing time on page to drive up display ad revenue. The longer you have to scroll to get to that little recipe card, the longer you stand on the website. And the longer you're there, the more display ads can load and refresh as you scroll. Every extra second you spend hunting for the ingredient list directly boosts the ad revenue for that specific page view. It's not an accident, it's not bad editing, it's a highly intentional, mathematically proven way to maximize profits. Pretty wild, right?
In fact, if you look at almost any successful digital recipe engine, they all use this exact standard recipe structure. It's a totally formulaic flow. You start with the long intro to hook the search engines and build up that scroll time. Then you hit the ingredients. Next, you've got the highly detailed step-by-step instructions. And beautifully woven naturally throughout this entire flow are those affiliate tools, linking out to the exact cast iron skillet or brand of kosher salt they're using. This structure systematically holds your attention, answers your query, and continuously monetizes your screen time from the very first pixel to the absolute bottom of the page.
So that brings us to Section 4, a long game, not fast.
Before we get too carried away, let's deliver a quick reality check. Yes, this is a highly profitable model, but we need to understand the grind behind it. Contrast that simple, beautiful aesthetic of an avocado toast photo with the actual timeline it takes to build this. Day one, you launch your website, but then it takes months, just months of consistent posting and focusing heavily on SEO, or search engine optimization. You have to prove to Google that your site is trustworthy so they actually rank you on the first page. For most successful sites, it takes 1 to 2 years before seeing real, life-changing income. This is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a slow burn. You're basically building a vast library of digital assets, one recipe at a time.
Moving on to Section 5, how to start yours. If you're sitting there thinking, hey, I have the patience for this, I want to build one, let's look at the playbook. Here are the 4 steps. Step 1, pick a specific food niche. Actually, scratch that. You need a hyper-specific niche. You can't just make an all-recipe site. You'll get crushed by the big corporate brands. Think college dorm microwave cooking or easy 30-minute high-protein dinners. Step 2, start a free or low-cost WordPress site. Keep it simple. Step 3, post search-driven recipes consistently. Find out what people in your niche are actually searching for and give them the answers. Step 4, once you have traffic, apply for premium ad programs to flip that monetization switch.
As we're wrapping up this explainer, I want to share a quote directly from our source material that completely shifts how we should view this whole industry. Recipe websites aren't really about food. They're about consistent, search-driven content paired with ad and affiliate revenue. The food is just the niche. I mean, that completely reframes the picture, doesn't it? The food is literally just the vehicle. The actual product is the meticulously crafted, search-optimized environment that captures human attention and converts it into data and ad impressions. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question. We've just decoded why that super annoying long intro on a recipe actually exists to fuel a multi-million-dollar shadow economy. Which begs the question, what other online annoyances are actually secret moneymakers? The next time you find yourself frustrated by a weird layout on a website or a random pop-up, ask yourself, how is this keeping me on the page? And who is profiting from my attention? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.